Okay, so as the synchronous motor is not a self-starting motor, we have to start the synchronous motor by any method. So we have a different methods to start a synchronous motor. Okay, so now we'll discuss the starting methods of synchronous motor. From this, the learning outcomes of this lecture is, after these sessions you will be able to explain the starting methods of synchronous motor. Okay, prerequisite: rotating magnetic field, Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, torque and magnetic locking. Construction, in which stator, rotor, armature winding, field winding and damper winding. Okay, content of this lecture: start introduction and starting of synchronous motor, and then we'll conclude it. Okay, concept of synchronous motor. Synchronous motor is the speed, it converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. It runs at a synchronous speed. Its operation depends upon supply frequency, and it has a unique characteristic that it operates under any electrical power factor, that is lagging power factor, leading power factor and a unity power factor. Okay, now as we knew that synchronous motor is not a self-starting motor, so we have a starting methods to start the synchronous motor. So mainly we have a two method, that is the external prime mover method and damper winding method. Okay, in external prime mover method we have to use external prime mover to rotate of the synchronous motor, whereas in damper winding we have some we have to make some modification in the construction, and the construction is that one extra winding is used in the pole shoe of the magnetic pole, and that winding is known as the damper winding. So these are the mainly two methods, starting methods: external prime mover method and damper winding method. Now the motor starting with an external prime mover. Okay, look at this figure. Okay, so this is the synchronous motor. Okay, now one external prime mover is connected, or the shaft of external prime mover is mechanically coupled with the shaft of synchronous motor. Okay, so there is a mechanical coupling between the external prime mover and the synchronous motor. So shaft of prime mover is mechanically coupled with the shaft of synchronous motor. Okay, so as an external prime mover we can use the DC motor, we can use the induction motor also, but the motor which we are using, that motor must have a speed nearly equal to synchronous speed of synchronous motor. Okay, so now what happens, suppose here is the DC motor used as a prime mover. So what happens, we have to mechanically couple the shaft of DC motor with the shaft of synchronous motor. Okay, then what we have to do, we have to switch on the DC supply of this DC motor, and we have to adjust the speed of DC motor. We have to adjust the speed of DC motor nearly equal to synchronous speed with the help of field control method as well as armature control method. Okay, so we have to measure the speed and then adjust the speed of DC motor nearly equal to the synchronous speed. Okay, then what we have to do, okay, now what happens, as the DC motor runs at nearly equal to synchronous speed, the rotor of the synchronous motor also rotates the speed nearly equal to synchronous speed. Okay, now what happens, as the three-phase supply is already given to the synchronous motor, so what happens, the rotating magnetic field is already produced. Now in this rotating magnetic field, as the DC motor runs nearly equal to the synchronous speed, the rotor also rotates nearly equal to synchronous speed. Now up to this point, this motor operates as a induction motor. It will not operate as a synchronous motor. Okay, so if the excitation given to the field winding of synchronous motor, if we are not giving the excitation of to the field winding of synchronous motor, the motor will operate as an induction motor. Now what we have to do, we have to close the switch and we have to apply a excitation to the field winding of the synchronous motor. Okay, so as soon as the field winding is excited, by the excitation the rotor poles are produced, and these rotor poles are magnetically locked with the stator poles, and then the synchronous motor will operate as a synchronous motor. Okay, so this method is the motor starting with an external prime mover, and here the external prime mover is the DC motor. Okay, now we can also use the induction motor as a prime mover. So in place of this DC motor, we have to use please mute the mic. We have to use the induction motor. Okay, so this induction motor, three-phase induction motor. Okay, so the shaft of the three-phase induction motor is mechanically coupled with the shaft of synchronous motor. Okay, now switch on the three-phase supply to the synchronous motor. So as the three-phase supply is given to the stator winding of synchronous motor, rotating magnetic field is produced. This rotating magnetic field rotates at a synchronous speed in the clockwise direction. Now in place of DC motor, we have a induction motor, three-phase induction motor. So we have to switch on the three-phase supply. Okay, so as soon as the switch three-phase supply becomes on, three-phase supply is given to the induction motor. So now this induction motor rotates nearly equal to the synchronous speed. So the rotor of the synchronous motor also rotates at a speed nearly equal to synchronous speed. Now up to this point, this synchronous motor operates as an induction motor, not the synchronous motor, because the excitation is not given to the synchronous motor. Okay, so now we close the excitation, or we are giving the excitation to the field winding of the synchronous motor. So now what happens, the rotor poles are produced, the stator poles are already produced, so magnetic locking occurs between stator poles and rotor poles, and then the rotor rotates at a speed of synchronous speed. Okay, so now the motor operates as a synchronous motor. Okay, so in this manner we can start the synchronous motor using external prime mover. Now another method is the starting of synchronous motor using damper winding. Okay, so here is the damper winding. Okay, this is the pole shoe, magnetic pole shoe, and slots are made in the pole shoe. Here this is known as the pole shoe, and slots are made in the pole shoe, and copper bars are placed. Copper bars are placed in the pole shoe. Okay, and these copper bars are short circuited on both sides like a squirrel cage rotor of induction motor. We already studied the squirrel cage induction motor. So this construction, the construction of this winding is same as the squirrel cage rotor. Okay, so we have two made slots in the pole shoe. This is the pole shoe. The slots are made in this pole shoe, and copper bars are placed in this pole shoe, and these copper bars are short circuited on both sides by copper ring. Okay, and this winding is known as the damper winding. Okay, so what happens, how, when the three-phase supply is given to the stator winding, rotating magnetic field is produced which rotates at a synchronous speed in the clockwise direction. Okay, now at that time what happens, okay, here is the damper winding. Okay, so this motor operates as a squirrel cage induction motor. Okay, so what happens? The rotating magnetic field is produced. Okay, so this rotating magnetic field is cut by this conductor, so EMF is generated. These conductors are short circuited, so current is produced, and due to it the force is applied. Okay, and due to it the rotor start to rotate in a clockwise direction. Okay, but up to this point this motor operates as a squirrel cage induction motor. Now what we have to do? We have to give the field excitation. Okay, this is the field winding, so we have to give the field excitation. So after giving the field excitation, rotor poles are produced, and these rotor poles and stator poles are magnetically locked. Magnetic locking occurs between stator poles and rotor poles, and then this rotor continues to rotate at a synchronous speed, and then we can say that this motor runs as a synchronous motor. Okay, so this is the starting of synchronous motor with damper winding. Okay, so now if we compare these two methods, that is by external prime mover methods and damper winding method. Okay, the starting of synchronous motor by external prime mover and starting of synchronous motor by damper winding. Okay, so in external prime mover method external machine is required. We have to need external prime mover, that is whether it is DC motor or induction motor. Whereas in damper winding method external machine is not required. Okay, we do not need external machine to rotate the rotor of the synchronous motor. In external prime mover method we must require a external machine. Okay, then difficult to decouple external prime mover. Okay, this external prime mover shaft and synchronous motor shaft both are mechanically coupled. So once the synchronous motor rotates at a synchronous speed, then it is very difficult to decouple the external prime mover. Okay, in damper winding what happens? External machine is not required, so no need of it. Okay, no decoupling is required. In external prime mover power is wasted in prime mover because we are using a prime mover and power is given to the prime mover to run the rotor of the synchronous motor. So power is wasted in prime mover, whereas in damper winding no power is wasted. No external prime mover is not required, so no power is required, so no power is wasted. In external prime mover more difficult to operate. If we want to run the synchronous motor by using external prime mover method, it is more difficult to operate, whereas starting by damper winding method it is easy to operate because no external prime mover there. Okay, so this method starting by external prime mover method is rarely used due to disadvantages. Okay, whereas starting of synchronous motor by damper winding is the mostly used because easy to operate, no power wasted, no external prime mover is required. That's why the damper winding starting method is mostly used compared to the external prime mover method. Okay, so today we discussed about synchronous speed, working of synchronous motor, why synchronous motor is not self-starting, starting of synchronous motor, selection of appropriate starting methods, okay, etc. So synchronous motor is not a self-starting motor. So to start the synchronous motor, we have to use the starting methods.